I don't want to be on camera. I don't blame you. Anyways, grab your little, round ball that's about that big or something here. I'm going to adjust my neck. And I know I'm really whited out today. Anyways, you guys can see. Okay, so we'll start with just a comfortable distance between the feet. The ball is going to be in your hands. You're going to pull the belly up. So we'll lift from the arches of the feet, settle into all the toes. The heel has a little more weight. We're going to bring the arms up. Remember, the shoulders should not come up. So pull them down, and we're going to just press gently into that ball as we push one arm up and try to get into that whole side line of the body there. And then other side, and just a gentle press. And let's go. Inhale, reach. And exhale, other side. We'll go 2 more. Just a big stretch. So try to get into your breath. Try to keep the ribs pulling back. And shoulders down. And we'll pause right there. We're going to take the ball into the right hand. We're going to place it on the outside of that right thigh. We're going to bring our left arm out to a T. So again, resettle, reorganize, squeeze the butt, tuck the pelvis under, go up and over with the arm, trying to kind of arc up and over, pushing gently into that ball as it slides down that outer leg, and then come up nice and tall, shoulders down. We're going to go 3 more. Inhale, stretch, maybe you're getting a little bigger. Exhale, come up tall, pushing gently into the ball. So you kind of activate inner lats. We're going to do a little work there today. Last one. Come on up and tall, and we'll take the ball in the other hand. We'll go the other way. So left hand, left thigh, right arm out to a T. Come up and over, pushing into that ball, trying to keep the shoulders in line with the hips. Press gently, inhale up and over, trying to keep the hips stacked over the ankles, so we're not pushing the hips out, even though it might press, not yet anyways. And up and over, 1 more, highlight. Exhale, belly tight. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to have you guys go into some standing balance, okay? So I want you to have the ball in your hand. If you need more stability, the floor is a good idea, and I'm going to start on the floor because you'll see this. Okay, the ball is in the hand. Seems like it should be so simple, but it's not. But you want to stay standing tall. So we're going to take our right foot and just hold on to the ball for now. Bring that right foot right into the left front of the left toes. Now try to distribute weight equally. Gosh, you should feel a little wobble in the ankles. Your body's kind of adjusting, okay? Now take that forward foot and step it back. Left foot, shifting the weight. Find all the toes. The belly is tight. I would not want to touch that mat with my feet right now. It's way too unstable. And then step that foot out to the side. We're going the other side, okay? So you're going to take that left foot in front of the right. Stack it right in front. The heel should touch the toes. That makes it harder. Belly tight. Try to keep the ribs pulling back. And then we're going to step that left foot. Okay, so we're going to step both feet back forward, and we'll go back to that right. So you're going to bring that right foot right in front of the toes of the left. You're going to bring the ball out. So from here, squeezing the butt, pulling the belly tight, bring the arms up and down in front. So find a place to spot. Mine is usually low on the ground, so I'm trying to keep my chin up a little bit, parallel with the floor. Go 1 more time up. And you're going to take the ball in the right hand. You're going to reach that right hand behind you. Left arm is going in front, and you're going to look back behind you to that right hand with the ball. Come back up. Find your center. Everyone looks good today. And left arm. This one might be hard. And pause. We're going to go the other way. You guys are doing so good. Now try it on the mat for a little extra fun. I'm not doing it. Okay, I don't want to fall over on camera. Okay, get yourself organized. Left foot in front or right foot. Find that stability, arms come up overhead. Belly tight, stand up tall. Taking the ball in the left hand, reaching the right hand forward, the left hand back. As the ball lowers, look back to that ball, belly tight. This might be the bad side. And back the other way. And come on up nice and tall. And now it's your balance challenge for the day. It will tie into the next work we have, and I want you guys to try it on the mat. So we're going to go heels on the outer part of that, or sorry, inside of the heels on the outer part of the ball. We're going into a Pilates V. So toes are open, and you've got a little squeeze into the ball, okay? So your butt is tucked and clenching tight. Hands are on the hips, shoulders are down. Trying to keep that ball and that squeeze into the ball. You're just going to lift up, pulling those heels in and lower down. And you're thinking of trying to go straight up. We'll exhale as we go up, inhale down. Doesn't have to be a big heel lift. Just find all the toes, and as you come down, try to press the heel into the mat. We're going to go for 4. Nice little lift. Tighten the squeeze, tighten those inner thighs. I want you to warm those up too. Here's 3. Inhale down. 2. Inhale down. Last one, hold it. Squeezing the heels together. Belly is tight. Just a little lift to the heels. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to stretch long, and we're going to lower the heels. Tap. Lift up. Bend. Knees over toes. Press up. Heels down. 3. Trying to stay nice and still, all the toes connected. 2. And squeezing into the ball, squeezing the butt. Here's 1. Hold it down. Pause right here. Push the heels down, crack them out. And lift up. It's the rain. I'm cracky today. Inhale up. Push down. Exhale. Let's inhale up here. Push those heels. Trying to stay still in the pelvis, just trying to move at that hip joint. And 2. And lift up and pause. Sink a little deeper into the bend if it doesn't bother you. And pulse it down to the floor. All the toes connected. I won't count because I'm not going to tell you how many we're doing. Squeeze. Maybe the last 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall, push the heels down and switch the position of the feet. This time we'll go up a little bit above the ankles, okay? So kind of same work, all right? So for this one, hands on the hips, okay? Toes forward, hug into that ball and activate the inner thighs. Keep the belly lifted. You're just gonna bend, keeping the heels down and try to get that back of the Achilles stretch and then push up. So as I'm bending, I'm not tipping forward, just trying to sit the butt straight down to the floor and getting that big stretch up the back side, hopefully, a little bit. And remember, the bend is up to you, but this is good strengthening for the knees. And right here, we're gonna lift heels up, tap down, lift up, tap down, lift straight up. Inhale, exhale. 6. And it's that quick tap. 4. Trying to keep all those toes pushing into the mat. 2. Hold it up, pause. Bend into the knees. Push the heels down. Stand up tall. Bend it, lift. Bend. Push the heels. Stretch tall. Oh, listen to that. Lift up. Bend. Push down. Tall. 2 more. Lift up. Bend. Push. Tall. Last one. Bend into the knees. Pause here. Keeping the knees bent. You're going to push the heels down. Lift up. Push. Lift. Keep that little hug of the ball. Try to stay balanced. 3, 2, lift up high, sink a little deeper, now pulse up, up, up. Heels lifted, even if it's an inch. 3, 2, and 1, and stand up tall. That was enough. I lost it at the end. Okay, so that was kind of footwork, standing, right? It's a lot of ankle stability, a lot of work. We're going to come down to a seated position. You guys. Okay, so we're going to get ourselves down, you know. So stretch the leg, our arms and legs. Remember, use the hands if you need to, okay? So sit up tall, like your back is up against a wall. Scoop the belly first on an exhale and round it down. And then as you come down, the ball comes up and then right up to the ceiling on an exhale, chin to chest, roll it up, reach for the toes, reach forward in that curl, and then restack the spine. We got 2 more like that. Curl it back, go slow. I want you to find every vertebrae, one at a time, even in that low back. Arms up overhead, arms reach to the ceiling, tuck the chin. This time we're rolling all the way down. Scoop it back, roll it down, arms reach up overhead, pull the belly tight, and then back to the ceiling. So from here, you guys are going to bend your knees, okay? And just leave the feet on the floor. Keep the ball reaching toward the ceiling. And we're going to bring our legs to a tabletop. So for the first part of this, I want you to keep your head down, okay? And then your tabletop, knees are going to be together for this. You're going to press the ball toward the knees. Hands are going to come to the top of the ball forward, closer to you. And then shoulders, you want to connect with that upper back. So as you gently kind of press into the ball, find that connection to the upper back. You should right away feel the belly have to work to keep the knees tabletop. And then you're going to press into the ball, pulling the knees toward the hands, pressing the hands toward the knees, squeezing that ball, and then release. Okay? So this is your static hold. Press into the ball. Belly is tight. So you don't want to feel low back. If you feel low back, you imprint, release. So this static hold, we're going to hold it for about 2 breaths each time. Rinse tight. 1 more inhale. And then release. We got 2 more sets of those, okay? So press into the knees. Pull the shoulders down. Belly is tight. 1 more big breath. Release. Here's your last one. Press as hard as you can. Depress that ball. Squish it. And breathe. 1 more big inhale. And then take a quick break. Set the feet down to the floor and just rest, okay? So from here, we're going to go to same thing, head down. Legs will be extended this time to the ceiling. And we're going to bring those legs straight up, kind of perpendicular here. Ball is going to come toward the knees, okay? And now we're just going to gently press the ball as far as we can up the legs toward the toes. And then from here, we're going to lift the chin to the chest. Press into the ball as you push it away. Do not look up with the chin. Pull the legs toward the hands. Press the hands. And then roll it down. We'll bend the knees. Tabletop. Okay? Stretch the legs out again. Press the ball up as far as you can with that little push into the legs, and then roll it up, chin to chest. Look through the thighs, okay? Pull the legs into the ball, press into that ball with the hands, and roll it down, bend the knees. You got 1 more like that. Extend those legs, walk the ball up as far as you can first. Now roll up, chin to chest, press. If you want to keep head down, go ahead. Just keep that depression of the ball, pulling the legs in. Walk it down, bend the knees. We got 1 more thing to do. Press, extend the legs, press the ball up, then chin to chest. Now looking through the thighs, coming from the heart center, I want you to pulse. Push into the ball. Try to keep the tail and the pelvis still. 3, 2, 1, and roll it down. Find the floor with the feet and take a break. So we're going to go into just a little quick stretch. So we'll let our knees drop side to side. And then arms are going to come wide. Just hold on to the ball. Pick the side you want to drop the knees toward and just settle into that stretch, okay? And while you're here on this one side, hold it there. And just slide the top leg and press it kind of back. So heel or push that foot behind you. And then gently press that top hip away. So you're kind of pushing the knee, that top knee away from the hip. Pull it back in, line the knees up, take an inhale, exhale, belly is tight, go the other way. We'll go one time on this side. So settle into the stretch, just go slow. Once you feel like you've kind of settled, you're relaxed, pull that top knee back, sliding that leg kind of down where the knee maybe goes toward the ankle, and then push that hip away or slide it, try to press that knee away from the body or the chest or the hip, and then line the knees back up and come back to your center. Bring the ball between the knees. All right, no head lifting, no chest lifting for this, okay? So you're in a tabletop. I'm gonna have you take your arms maybe a little wider from the hips, but not too wide, okay? Maybe 5 inches or so away, outer part of your mat. From here, we'll just take that inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we will imprint the low back. That's it. So knees are going to come in for this one. Tail will tip, and then bring it back to that perfect table. Belly tight, imprint the low back. Tailbone tips up, and then bring it back to neutral. If you're really connected deeply to the belly, this should be work. And you're going to go slow. So you're exhaling. And the ball is just kind of holding its place between the knees. We'll go for 2 more like this. Exhale, imprint the low back. Inhale back to tabletop. Here's your last one. We're going to go right into some bigger work. So as you start to imprint, I want you to pull the knees deeper toward the chest, holding tabletop. And then inhale, bring them back to tabletop. Exhale, tailbone, pelvis tries to lift. Use the hands to press into the floor if you want to, okay? Keep the shoulders open. Pull that low belly deep and back to tabletop. Let's go for 4. So trying to kind of peel up from the sacral or the tailbone, one bone all the way up. Maybe trying to get up as close to that lowest part of the rib cage. And keeping that tabletop, don't let those heels collapse toward the glutes. And last one. We're going to go exhale, pull it in, knees to chest. Now as you come out of that, back to tabletop, dip the toes to the floor. Exhale, pull the knees in, lift the tailbone. Inhale, dip the knees, the toes down, they don't have to touch. Exhale, belly tight. Inhale, dip the toes. We're going to add a squeeze for 3. Pull the knees in with the squeeze, squeeze the ball as you dip the toes. 2, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And last one here. Now, as you dip the toes, pause, extend the legs long, pull the long legs up overhead and back to tabletop. Dip the knees down, extend them long. Long legs come up, push down to lift the pelvis, back to tabletop. Let's go, inhale, dip. Exhale, extend, pull the legs over, roll it down, tabletop. 2 more, okay? Extend, long legs draw up, down, back to tabletop. Last one. Extend, belly is tight. Press to lift the tailbone, back to tabletop, and set the feet down. Take a quick break, okay? Oh, so much fun. That was your warm-up. Okay, here we go. Ready? Breaks over, knees back to tabletop and hold it here. Take the ball out between the knees. Press the ball toward the knees, okay? So from here, all I want you to do is keep that ball pushing into the top of the knees. Roll it over toward that left knee, okay? So right knee does not have the ball now underneath it. So left knee pressing to ball, right hand pressing to ball, okay? We did this last week with the big ball. So you've got cross-body connection, belly tight. Left arm is going to hover. As you extend the right leg long, You're going to extend the left arm overhead, left arm overhead, and bring it back, tap the ball. Extend and bend. Inhale, extend, exhale, pull it in. You got 4. Inhale, exhale. Here's 3, keep the belly tight. And 2. And 1. And here's your finale. Extend and pause. Float that leg long up to the ceiling and arm up to the ceiling with it and separate. Inhale as you lower and reach. Exhale, draw the leg up, arm up. Inhale, press into that ball. 2, 1. Hold that leg long, extended arm overhead. Circle that bottom leg. Nice and slow, pushing into the ball. Belly is tight. 2 more this direction. Don't make it big because you're trying to keep those hips still. And 4 in the other direction. Yes. And 3. And you got 2. Keeping the pelvis still. And last one. Yes. And bend the knees. Set the feet on the floor. Take a recovery break. All right, you guys did really good. Hang on to the ball, draw your knees into your chest, let your tailbone curl, and just rock side to side. Nobody's calling me names, right? All right, set the feet down. This is what happens when I sit too much on the weekend. All right, tabletop the legs. Press the ball toward the knees. Walk the ball over to the right knee, left hand, right knee on the ball. Right arm extended long beside you. Get that connection by pushing into the ball. As you extend the left leg, the right arm goes up. And then just bring it in and tap the ball. Inhale as we extend, keeping those shoulders down. 4 more here. Inhale. Exhale as you draw the arms and the knee together. Press into that ball. 1 more. Extend the leg, extend the arm. Long leg, long arm, come up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press it all together. So even pressing into that ball, pulling that knee toward that palm. 3 and 2. Belly tight. And 1. Right arm stays up overhead, left leg comes up and circles out. Reaching through that right arm that's overhead. 2 more this direction, push into that ball. Leg comes up, now 4 in the other direction. Trying to keep that pelvis still, and that knee is kind of your indication. So if it's wobbling, 1 more, then you know you're not staying. And here it is. Bring the feet down to the floor. Ball is in the hands. Have you guys just rest for a second. Okay? Put the ball in between the ankles, okay, and just set the feet down to the floor. I'm just going to have you guys bridge. So keeping that ball just kind of in place. I'm not going to do any work with it yet. Open up the arms, palms. I'm going to have you guys rotate palms up and let those shoulders and that collarbone kind of widen. And then from here, I'm just going to have you start with that tip that we practiced kind of earlier on an exhale, imprint. Let the tailbone come up. Now push into the heels, the toes. Squeeze the butt and roll up 1 bone at a time. And the deeper you squeeze the butt, pull the belly away. You'll stay out of those hamstrings a little bit. Reaching the knees over the toes, pulling the belly tight, roll it down. 3 more like that. Exhale. Squeezing into the glutes, pushing down. Trying to lengthen the whole front side of the body while you're squeezing to push the pelvis up. Roll it down on an exhale. Check in with the shoulders. With the ball in place, the feet should be perfectly parallel and the knees are more stable here. Shoulders nice and relaxed, soften the shoulders, pull the belly tight as you roll it down. You got 1 more here. Up at the top, take that pause, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, roll it down. Bring the knees into the chest and then take the ball out from the ankles and place it between. So from here, just a gentle kind of press into the ball, nothing crazy. As we lift our pelvis and press it up, and if you want to rotate palms down now, go ahead and do that, or up, whatever keeps you shoulders wide, okay? So as you press the pelvis up in one piece, spine is going to try to stay in its shape and long. You're going to push the knees toward the ball, okay? So as you squeeze up, press into the ball, lower down, tap, release the squeeze, press up, squeeze. Inhale, release the squeeze, tap. Lift, squeeze, tap the pelvis to the floor. Squeeze it up. Inhale, lower, exhale, press it up. We're going to go for 5. Inhale, release. Squeeze it up. We got 4. Trying to lift, hips equal. You got 3 more so that they're balanced. Hip bones are parallel with your floor too. Ceiling. Hold it here, and we're going to pulse for 10. Just the knees are squeezing using the inner thighs. Trying to keep the hips still. Squeeze in the butt. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Take a quick break. Okay, you should feel different parts of your hamstrings throughout this work. We're going inner, middle, and now outer. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys take the ball right at the base of your tailbone here. Just put it underneath or on the floor. Put your feet on the top of the ball. This one is that one that I love so much that everyone thinks is so weird. Okay, you're going to open up your knees now, soles of the feet together. Okay, we did this in class. We've done this on every kind of tool imaginable in this place. All right, so you're trying to keep those knees as wide as you can. We're going to try to hit the outer part of the thigh, okay? So the closer the heels are toward the body, the bigger that opening in the knees, okay? So arms are wide, shoulders open. Squeeze the feet together. Press down into the ball to lift the pelvis and tap it down to the floor. Squeeze the feet together as you lift. Release everything, tap. Keep the belly tight. Keep that push into the heels as you lift. Tap it down, release. Squeeze it up. Trying to keep those knees open. Trying to keep that ball as still as you can. You're just pulsing up with the squeeze of the feet. Press it up. Trying to keep that belly tight. Squeeze. 2 more. And 1. And tap it down. Close the knees. Everyone hates that one, huh? All right. Bring the knees back to the floor, feet to the floor. Take that ball out. We're going to place it behind the left knee. So when it's behind the left knee, the heel is just kind of going to come closer toward the glute, okay? But that right supporting foot, line it up with the hip, heel to toe in line with the sitting bone, shoulders open. We're just going to lift the pelvis up, keeping that knee bent, okay? From here, you're going to stabilize, push into that right foot, keep the hips high, lower that knee down, and squeeze the ball to bring it up. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze. If you feel anything in your low back, you lower the pelvis a little bit, dipping the knee, no squeeze, knee comes back, squeeze. 3 more, okay? Squeeze. And here's 2. And 1, hold it. Can we circle it? Just little circles, tiny, drawing circles on the ceiling, squeezing that ball, keeping the pelvis high. 1 more, and then reverse for 4. Try not to make it big. Concentrate on keeping the pelvis high. There you go. Lower the pelvis down and switch sides. Today. All right, okay. All right, I'll set you guys up for the week. All right, so arms wide, shoulders open, relax those shoulders. Left foot is now you're stabilizing. Little hug of the ball, lift the pelvis up, push down into that left foot, toes, heel, everything. Dip the knee down, pull it up. As you dip that knee, the spine should not change. Let's squeeze as we come up. Inhale, release the squeeze as you lower. Really trying to mind the pelvis, so you're not letting that pelvis drop. Squeeze, let's go 3 more. Pull it in. 2 and 1. Hold it up there, circle out for 4. Keeping the hips still, make those circles slow, belly tight. 2, 1, reverse for 4. Keeping the hip high, don't let that hip dip. 2 more, squeeze that ball. Oops. And 1. And tap the pelvis down, set the ball aside, okay? We're just gonna keep it somewhere handy and we're gonna roll up and stretch, okay? So legs are gonna extend. Don't make this a big deal. It might be harder after doing the work we just did, okay? So shoulders down, take that inhale, exhale, chin to chest, roll it up, belly tight, stay in the curl, reach for the toes. Forward fold, draw the toes back toward the shins. And breathe. And sit up tall. Back down to the mat. Stay down for 1 more segment. Roll it down. Do some obliques. We will add a chest lift, okay? So this is easy to modify if you need to support. All right, so ball is coming between the knees. We're going to bring the knees up to a tabletop. We're going to widen our arms, okay? You can come to your fingertips for a challenge if you want. Just try to keep the shoulders down and maybe start flat, palms on the floor. So tabletop, I want you to look at where those knees are, okay? So as we tip to the right, the left hip comes up, but that top knee does not slide back. So the knees are in line, right? Exhale, pull it back to center. That really makes it a lot harder. Go the other way. Don't worry about how big you're going. Just keep the shoulders down. Add that squeeze. So as we tip and the knees are in line, right? Squeeze, come back to center. Inhale, tip. Exhale, squeeze back to center. Inhale, tip. Squeeze as tight as you can if you want that extra credit for inner thighs. And squeeze back. Inhale, dip. We're going to go 1 more time each side. This is the left, and we got 1 more set. Squeeze back. Dip. Right. Squeeze it back. Left. Back to center and pause right there. Hands are coming behind the head. Stretch hip flexors out after this set. All right, so you're just going to roll up chin to chest for 5, keeping that tabletop. So try to keep neutral. Inhale, roll it down. As you exhale, try to pull that sideways into the center line of the body. There's 3. Light in the head. 2. Look down to the belly. Here's the last one. This time as you roll up, we're going to roll up toward the right as we dip our knees to the left. Roll it down, come center with a squeeze. Roll it up to the left, dip the knees to the right. Come through center, squeeze that ball. We're going the other way, alternating. Squeeze it to center as you roll down. Opposite. Got the picture, right? We'll go 1 more time to the left. Knees dip right. Squeeze. We're going to stay up on the right as our knees dip to the left. Hold it up. So you're rotated to the right, looking to the floor. Draw the knees back to center, staying lifted. Dip them. Back to center, staying lifted in the chest. Head can stay down if you want. Add that squeeze. And 2, and 1. Knees dip to the side, hold it, pulse it up. Little lift. 3, knees are dipped. 2, 1, bring it back to center, roll it down. We're going right to the left. Roll up on the left, knees dip to the right. Hold the knees back to center. Staying lifted, don't hold on the head. Dipping in that tabletop. 2, 1. Dip those knees to the right. You're lifted on the left. Trying to keep the pelvis still. 3, 2, 1. Then come back to center, roll it down. Take that ball out from under the knees. All right, so I'm just going to have you roll over onto your side. Press yourself up. And we're not going to be on our knees, okay? So have your ball somewhere handy because I want you to be able to support that knee. We're going to come up to, okay, I'm not going to make you guys plank yet. Oh, I don't want to tell you that. Okay, so I want you to just hike the pelvis up. Lift the left leg up. Now, as you step the left leg through, reach between those hands. I know our mats are sticky. Take the ball, and you can walk that foot up between the hands. I don't care how ugly it looks. Take the ball and place it behind that back leg and rest that knee. Okay. Tricky, right? All right, now stretch and shift into that forward knee and drop that hip down to the mat. The knee is resting. You can even point the toe or tuck the toes, whatever works. You're sitting and resting on that forward leg. You're just trying to push open that hip. From here, we're going to stretch out that forward leg. Drop the chest toward that forward leg. A little bit straighter. Lift the toes if you want. Push that back heel down to the floor. Ball should stay kind of where it was, right? Bend into the forward knee. Drop that back knee back to the ball. Take that outer left hand to the inside of the left knee and drop that left knee open and sink the pelvis deeper, however you need to get into that kind of opening inner thigh stretch, okay, bent elbows, whatever. As you draw that knee back toward the body, take that hand to the outer part of the foot. Lift up, kind of in that scissor, because you're going to need it for the next one. We're going to shift back into that pike. Okay. Press the hips up to the ceiling. Make sure your ball is near you. Lift the right leg up and step it through. Big step. I know it's hard. Walk your toes up if you need to. This is not about gracefulness, just stretching this, okay? So ball is under that back leg. Knee now should feel so good if you haven't lost your ball. Oh, it's always funny in here. I love it. Okay, resting the back knee on that ball. It's a lot of work to figure out where everything needs to be. It is. It's a twister. It is. That's exactly what it is today. Okay. So you're bent into the front knee. You're resting. You're trying to open up that hip that was kind of doing a lot of work. All right. So both legs are going to straighten. You're going to press into the ground. Drop the chest toward that forward straight leg and try to push that back heel to the floor. And if you want extra, you lift the toes of the front leg, pull that hip back. Drop that knee back down to the ball, bend into the front knee. Take that outer right hand, bring it to the inside, twister of the right foot. Drop that knee open, roll it out to the outer part of that foot and bend into the elbows if you want to sink a little deeper. Be careful. Straighten both legs. Try to get that forward leg back out behind you. Hike it up. Okay, ready? We're going to walk our hands back towards our straight legs. You're going to take that ball. Hopefully it's near you. Everyone's got it, right? Roll it up. Belly tight. Roll it up. So we're standing for a little bit, but we're going back down. Okay. All right. So I just want to get a little more here, okay, and a little here. So we're going to come down. This side position here on your hip, okay, legs can really be extended, so don't worry about how deep the knees are, okay? The top leg should kind of be more back behind you a little bit. And I'm going on my right hip and my right arm is on the ball, all right? So comfortable here. Don't worry about getting that top sitting bone down. It should be lifted, okay? So you're kind of hinged over, all right? So as far as you go out is up to you. Top hand can just be on the hip, shoulders are down, spine is long. You're going to press into the ball as you just kind of dip the body down and press yourself up. So you will feel shoulders if that shoulder comes up to the ear. So you really want to work on depressing the shoulder blade, pulling it down the back, keeping the belly tight and pushing into that ball as much as you want the work, okay? So as you press it out, you're going long in the spine and you're just coming up maybe to that bottom sitting bone. So we're nice and comfy, right? The farther you go down, the more work it is on that lat to come up. It's a lot of work, okay? I know, it's crazy. And one more time. Dip it down, pause, okay? Press that top knee back so that that front hip is open. You're in this little hinge. You're going to lift that leg up. You're going to tap it down, lift it up. So remembering that arm that's on the ball, elbow can be bent. Just connect with that lat, okay? Push down into that ball. Belly tight, lengthen that spine. You're going to look so beautiful. You're just lifting the knee. So squeeze it up. Ready? You're going to hold it up here. Extend with a flex. Bend, relax your flex. Extend straight from that hip. Belly tight. And bend. The higher the leg, the more work, right? Nothing's changing in that front hip. We're just extending from the knee. 3. Pull that shoulder down. 2, flex. And 1, extend, and come on up, and we'll switch sides, okay? A lot. Yeah. You guys, hopefully we'll feel some of this stuff. Hopefully. All right, so comfortable with your knees. Arm is on top of them.
I know. The brain is
I'm losing my crowd over here. Okay, top hand to the hip. We'll just keep it there. All right, I'm going to go back a little further with my knees. So I'm tipped over onto my left little hip flexor, and I'm not cranking on my knee. So palm down, press the ball up to the forearm, push into the ball to lift, okay? The range of motion is up to you, but connect with the lats, pulling that shoulder down and trying to keep the spine long. You just kind of tip to that outer part of your hip. Press, press, press. Push it out. Press down to lift tall. Keep your belly tight. That side of the arm I'm always trying to get to. The lats, whatever my grandma used to call it, bingo wings. Bingo wings. Sorry. It reminds me of my grandma every time I do lat exercise. Okay, ready? Here's 2, belly tight. And last one, press it out. Little bend in the elbow is fine. Come down a little deeper. Back or top knee. Bend that knee. Press that knee back behind you. Hand is on the hip. Tap it down. Lift it up. You are only lifting with that side butt. And you're pushing into the ball. Your elbow can be bent a little. Just keep that connection. Shoulders down. Lift it up, press it back behind you, push that knee back. Line that knee up with the shoulder. Good. 3. Keep the belly tight. 2. And 1, hold it up high. Extend with a flex. Bend, relax the flex. Extend, push that knee back behind you more. Oh, you guys look great. Belly tight. Extend, bend, extend. Let's go for 3. Good, belly tight. Here's 2 and 1, and bring it back in. Sit up tall, and we'll come into a little stretch. I maybe that's not a good thing. We'll be careful about that. Okay, knees are such a problem, I swear, it's the biggest thing. All right, just sit up tall. I'm gonna have you do whatever's comfortable. You can even sit with the legs long if the bend doesn't fit. So you're seated tall. We're gonna bring the arms out to a T, watch your ball wherever it is. We don't need it anymore. You're gonna rotate toward the right, taking that left forward hand to the outside of the opposite knee and twist yourself around. Now, while you're twisted, push that other knee down. Pull the shoulders down to the floor. Belly is tight. Sit up taller. Trying to keep this position, lengthen the spine. Bring the arms back to that T. Come back to center and go the other way. Rotate. Forward hand to the outside. Closest knee. Push the knee open. Sit up tall. Pull the shoulders away. Spine, belly is tight. Come back to that perfect T. Rotate. Curl the spine. Just fall forward over kind of that center diamond shape. Rebuild the spine, sit up tall. We're going to go one more time with a flat back, okay? So flat spine. Use the hands to pull yourself forward. Sit back. Sitting bones can go behind you. Pull a little deeper with that flat back, and then round the spine. Come back up through center, stack the spine, sit up tall, pull your knees together, stretch them out long, forward fold. Let the spine go. Let the head fall toward the shins. Chin can tuck toward the chest, but don't force it. So while you're here in this kind of forward fold, walk the hands to the outside of the right leg, grab the right foot with the left leg, and just pull yourself gently around. That outer hand can go behind you to the floor. So you're just getting a little rotation. Be careful. Feel good. Come back to center, both hands back to the feet. Walk to the outside of the left foot, using that hand that's close to draw yourself around. Through center, rebuild the spine, sit up tall, and you are done. Yay, you did it. Happy